Okay, so we're with Florian Fortner of Klngenspiel, Austria. We're hoping to do a special, one of our specials, looking at Salvatore Fabris and his legacy. But we're going to talk about the swords that Florian's been making with his team. I suppose you've got a particular interest as to why did you start doing this? Why did you start making swords as opposed to going out to other makers and just
yes, okay. When we started HEMA like 7 or 8 years ago, we bought the swords that were available, for example, Hanwire, Takwood, and for beginning to do this was fine, but then we found out yeah, some things you could do without getting punished for it, so they let you get away with wrong technique, because most of them were really whippy and light, and they didn't feel right, they didn't feel like a weapon. So we had some connections and we went out to the Royal Armory in Vienna to start with, and we started to measure originals. Not just the measurements that you have in the museum catalog, you have maybe the length and the weight and the date, but it's not enough to know how to reconstruct it.
So just to roll back a bit, it wasn't just that the blades were too flexible, there was also a balance problem with that, which obviously being overly flexible is a problem too. But did you feel that there was a literal length problem of this?
No, because this varies so much.
Right, okay.
Some treatises write like Capoferro up to here, Fabris says for some techniques it's better to use a shorter sword. So not the length, but the distribution of the weight. You notice it if you are doing a parry, or if you want a trovare and you find a sword and it bends. I think that shouldn't happen. Or the daggers that were available that are really flexible.
I often see with the disengaged, the sword continues going in this spiral and it's so floppy.
Exactly. So,
but please continue. So you went to the Royal
Armory. The Royal Armory was our first spot, and then we already started to make the tools. To be able to make the swords, because you have to build a heat treating oven, we made a belt grinder, we made a dust collection for all of this, we made the hand tools to be able to carve the cassie and the...
Were the hand tools, were you looking to get period hand tools as well, or was this a reenactment, or were you very much looking to produce?
Yes, it's not produced like in an efficient way for selling them, but we produce them with modern tools.
Okay.
We're not going to use like we're going to use sandpaper, for example, not like grinding up a brick and mixing it with oil, so we're not doing this. Yes, and after half a year or so, we had the tools together to start with, and then we made the first blades, and it went awfully wrong with heat treating, because we had the spring steel, and in the data sheets they say, I do this and do that, and it was, it stayed bent, it broke. But after...
So it's trial and error. Were you in contact with other
Yes, there's a really nice, there's a Bladesmith.com. It's an American forum, and they are really keen on sharing their knowledge.
Right.
Most of them are doing knives and not swords, but the same stuff applies, and they helped us. And so we were able to make really good heat treating, because our oven we do it in a vertical position, so we have no warping.
Right.
Most of the others do it in a gas forge, like horizontally, and if you pull it out and if you move it around, it might bend.
Right, okay, alright.
Okay, that's a really big thing, especially if the blades are long.
Okay.
Should we talk about the originals of this?
Well, seeing as you've been pouring them now, whilst we've been trying to talk, so we better go on and do it now.
And then we got on to more museums, so we had the Civilian Armory in Vienna, we had some castles with private collections from some noble families.
And you were recently in Brescia as well, weren't you?
Yes, Roberto's collection is perfect, yes. This, for example, is the latest piece we made. It's a Spada a due mani, as Marozzo would call it. It's a two-handed sword, and it's a almost copy of Roberto's sword. Apparently it's not sharp. And this, if you see, it's quite flexible, but it's not whippy when you cut.
Excellent.
And it's really strong here.
And you actually made two of them, right?
I made two of them, so you could spar or you could use them, because if you have one on the fader, it's not fair. And it's 2.1 kilograms, but it doesn't feel heavy. You must not do this Bodone swing, you could do any Lichtenauer or Marozzo style with this.
Can we do some little details and stuff?
When you handled the sword, the Gotti collection, were you able to do any particular cuts or anything with it? How much of a movement were you able to do to test
the grip was very delicate, the wood was really old, and the leather was only fragments.
Well, I suppose that must be the main challenge for you when you're trying to recreate.
If you move it a little bit, you get a feel for how it would handle if you do a real cut. So this you get a feeling. It's a subjective thing.
Okay.
But we could objectify this with with many of the measurements of the swords. We have around 80 or 90 swords, and they all have things in common. And it doesn't matter if it's a side sword, if it's a rapier, if it's a longsword or an épée. They all have a similar progression of cross section. You don't have like a linear one. You have more like an S curve. So you have a strong forte. Then here's somehow linear, and at the tip it will taper quite a lot. So it's a sharp and pointy end.
Right, do you want to talk us through these?
Yeah, this is my rapier for everyday training. The blade is a copy from the Royal Armories. It's the original. It's made by Juan Martinez of Toledo, who was, in my opinion, the best bladesmith ever, because his blades, if you're looking along the edge, they were like perfect, to the hundredth of a millimeter. And with the tools they had, this is just crazy. And they also have this cutouts and double fullers with decoration.
You made this entirely yourself?
Yes. The hilt was quite a lot of work. The hilt doesn't belong to the swords. I made a mix-up, and this is from the Wallace collection. And its original belongs to a side sword of this type. But I liked it because of this fish monster thingies, and this was a good practice to get into steel carving. But this hilt takes about 100 hours to make.
Wow.
The blade about 40 with the decoration. And to compare, for example, this is a rapier, as we would say today, and it's 1.5 kilograms. This is a side sword. But people would expect this is more like a chopping vacuum. This is 900 grams. It's also like a copy of an original from the civilian armor in Vienna. And for civilian fencing, it feels quite light and agile, and I have a sharp one as well, and there you could easily chop off an arm. We tried the tatami mats or half a pig, and it stabs and cuts really well.
So I suppose as a final thing, I mean, I know most swords through collections like the Wallace, but also through the works of people like A.B. Norman, who did the great typologies. But we tend to have an idea of a linear evolution.
Yeah,
and I think that can be challenged. Do you have
Of course. So in the course of all these measurements, we measured 1.5 handles with a kilo. We measured two-handed sword with 5 kilograms. We had these what we call rapiers from like an 80 centimeter blade to a 140 centimeter blade, all within the ends of the 16th century, early 17th century. So I think it was also a matter of personal preference. If you, like I want to do more stabbing, then I get a longer weapon. If I want to do more chopping, I get a shorter one. So. And
do you feel that the measurements that you're doing now is starting to establish this?
We are planning to write a paper and have it maybe published in Acta Periodica, but so we get the template for if other people have access to weapons and want to measure them, so they know what parameters they need to measure, and don't forget them, and then when they're back home, oh, I should have measured this as well, and now this is missing, because usually we get only to the museum once, and yeah, we will put this up for public use. We also have all our measurements up on our website. It's rapier.at, and we have all the reports of the weapons. So everybody who wants to make a sword can take them and make one. So we are not getting money out of this. We want to have better swords for the whole HEMA community.
Well, brilliant results. Okay. All right, Florian, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
For having me here.